the challenger, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white trunks and weighed in officially at 238.5 pounds. Coming to us from Bochum, Germany, he brings an undefeated record with 24 wins, 16 of his 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former two-time European champion, the current WBA Intercontinental and NABF heavyweight champion, and the number 3 ranked contender in the world by the WBC, Agit Kabayel! And his opponent across the ring, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with red and blue and weighed in the same as his opponent, 238.5 pounds. A native of Guantanamo, Cuba, he is now making his home in Miami, Florida, USA, and brings an undefeated record with 24 wins, 17 of his 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBC, Continental Americas, and NABO heavyweight champion, and the number 2 ranked contender in the world by the WBC, Frank the Cuban Flash Sanchez.
Okay, gents, you've had your instructions. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch gloves. Touch them.
In the history of our DAZN fan zone voting, I don't think I've ever seen the tally as close as this one was, 49 to 51%. And Darren, me and you've been going back here. Who do you like? Who do you like? I don't know. It's like the Spider-Man meme. Is it him? Is it him?
Second
I don't know. What do you think, Joseph?
Round 1.
Very tough fight to call this one, 50-50.
Indeed. Here we go. Big Frank Sanchez in the blue gloves. Agit Kabayel in the white. Even Steven, as we say in America.
So I like this from Kabayel. I feel the winner of this fight needs to grab hold of the tempo of the fight, needs to be busy. We've seen before, he's such a good fighter, Sanchez. We're just seeing shades of it there, but he can be guilty of being lazy. Kabayel as well, in times very sort of German-like, if you like, with his economical style, doesn't waste much. So it's down to either of these fighters to really grab hold of this and make it theirs.
Joseph, what impresses you the most about Frank Sanchez?
Sanchez is very sharp with his punches, you know, and he's a good mover as well. Very good rhythm. He dances all around and sort of captures you into that dance that he has, and then he attacks.
Lulls you to sleep. Frank Sanchez rated second by the WBC. This is the number 1 contenders fight, Mike. Hypothetically, the winner of this gets a world title shot next.
And we were talking earlier about possibly how after the undisputed fight tonight and the rematch that the titles could become splintered again. So all sorts of opportunities potentially by the early part of next year.
But it's good to see so many fresh names, right, Darren, here in the heavyweight division. It's been so top-heavy over the years. Oh, nice right hand from Sanchez.
The speed of that right hand. Honestly, Joe, he's so fast, isn't he?
Very fast.
Yeah, but like you said, Todd, we're looking at potential stars coming through. We've seen Moses Atama. We're a few years off potentially with him, but who's the next crop before that are going to win these titles, take their claim to be a world heavyweight champion? These guys are in a very good position.
And Joseph, I know you're looking for a new opponent next. One of these guys float your boat, so to speak?
This could be a possibility, the winner of this fight. There's a lot of heavyweight fights happening very soon, and once that unfolds, there's going to be options.
I expect you to jump in the ring afterwards and get right into the guy's face, okay, for the winner.
Jumping now.
I've been saying all week, you got itchy knuckles, Joe.
Oh yeah, now I'm here watching. I feel like jumping in myself and giving it a go.
It's pretty cool being this close, isn't it, Joseph?
Oh, this is the best. You guys have a great job.
Frank Sanchez in his first scheduled 12-rounder. Agit Kabayel has been the 12-round distance 4 times.
I like that right uppercut from Sanchez. He telegraphed the shot there, but I feel maybe pour a little bit with the jab or feint with the jab. Just try and draw out the lead from Kabayel. Then he can fire that uppercut through.
Sanchez sits down on that right hand.
Again, the speed.
So they call him the Flash. Competitive opening round.
Yeah, though he's not doing a great deal, Kabayel, I think this walking forward will take an effect on Sanchez.
It's a different approach from the last fight he had with Magdalene, moving around in the front from the outside.
Auch der Hand? Nee, gar nicht. Agit, du musst dich mehr bewegen und lockerer werden. Der wartet.
Yeah, it was a good positive start from Kabayel. I liked him being on the front foot, but the counter punching on the back foot from Sanchez, very, very eye-catching. The speed in which he delivers the shots is so flashy, so eye-catching. Does it with such ease as well, Joe.
Speed and accuracy.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua in the house, flexing those big muscles. It was announced earlier this week that Turki Al-Sheikh would like to see him face the winner of Hrgovic and Daniel Dubois. Mike, what do you think of that possible matchup?
Yeah, and that, again, is going back to what I was saying about the possibilities, and Joseph was just saying there could be so many permutations between now and this time next year.
Round 2. A massive fight for both of these men. Could change their lives with a victory.
Okay, let's see, break back off. Understand?
Is that Barry Jones, our referee? Did he leave ringside and jump in the ring? Joseph Parker joining us here for this one fight.
For the first time.
Certainly not the last.
Interested to see how long Sanchez will stay on the retreat. He can't be moving around the outskirts of the ring for too long. I feel he needs to try and get back to the center of the ring, allow space behind him. Oh, good right uppercut. That was a lovely shot. Doesn't need to be here, Sanchez. Move, get some space behind you.
I feel like he's stuck in the corner. Needs to be moving. Or is he looking for a shot?
But Kabayel's just trying to bully him, isn't he, Joseph?
Bullying. Keeping. Oh. Sharp shots coming back.
Yeah, chopping down with the right hand, Sanchez.
Hey, I mean, Junior Fa can tell Kabayel, listen, don't let him lull you to sleep. He's one straight left or one straight right hand from ending this.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's already demonstrated how fast he delivers the shot, so you cannot switch off for a second here. But I don't like this from Sanchez. I don't think there's any need to be here. He is quite nimble for a big guy.
That backed him off, at least momentarily. But you can tell the game plan, Mike, for Agit Kabayel.
Pressure, pressure, pressure.
It's interesting over the course of the first 5 minutes how Sanchez appears to be comfortable in doing what he's doing. It's his choice.
That was nice to the body, Kabayel.
Sanchez, it looks like Deontay Wilder with that right hand when he throws. Oh, nice right there from Kabayel.
Good body work.
Yeah, and I think he needs to finish upstairs after that, Joe. The work to the body, then finish upstairs with the right hand. I see some movement as well from Kabayel as he's got Frank Sanchez backed onto the ropes. Skip either left or right. Try and create the openings that way. Ah, lovely shot.
Good round 2 here for Agit Kabayel.
Very good round.
Agarra ahí, ¿te agarró? ¿En dónde? Agarra ahí. Me agarró un poquitito. ¿Ya? ¿Ya estás bien? Agarra ahí. No puede ser posible, no te hagas eso, no te quedes, estás dejando que te pegue. Cabrón, ahorita estás bien. Estás perfectamente bien.
And look who is here. Alexander Usyk.
Corners 10 seconds.
Heavyweight champion, at least one of the two. They'll try and become undisputed tonight. And I tell you what did you make of that weigh-in last night, Joseph Parker?
Listen, from the press conference to the weigh-in was a totally different approach. Both guys were buzzing. Both guys were amped. And they're going to leave it all in here tonight in the ring.
Fury last night promised to basically destroy Usyk and get the knockout. Usyk's been rather quiet about predictions, but we know exactly what he's prepared to do.
Kabayel's come out fast at the start of this third round. Todd really means business.
Applying constant pressure.
Yeah, and I like what you said, Joe. I like the body attacks first. Start downstairs, work the body. Really sinks the left in well, doesn't he?
He does, very well. But it'd be nice to see him finish on top.
Sanchez just so big and strong. But Kabayel, I don't think he's taken a backward step, has he?
No, I don't think he will. I think he knows he's trying to put a dent in Sanchez, though he's not landing huge shots all the time. This constant pressure, it does drain you.
Let's check in with Chris Mannix.
Guys, Frank Sanchez is usually one of the more mobile heavyweights in this division. He's wearing a knee brace on that right knee. He was not wearing that brace for his last fight against Junior Fon. He doesn't look as mobile as he has in previous fights. So something to keep an eye on as this fight continues.
Meanwhile, you saw an uppercut there from Sanchez that looked very dangerous. Sanchez, as is the case with most Cubans, an extensive amateur record, reportedly 214 wins and only 6 losses.
Yeah, typically very good in their approach to boxing is hit and not be hit. They master that way of boxing, but yeah, like Chris has said, and like we've touched on, an awful lot of moving on the outskirts, but there's moments where he does stop, and is that because of that trouble with that right knee?
Joseph, what takes more energy, the chaser or the person being chased?
They both take energy. The most would be the person moving.
Moving backwards, I would think.
Backwards and side to side, big shots.
Good right hand from Kabayel.
I think this is very positive, Tom, from Kabayel. With the shots, the intent, the pressure. Really, you know, he's the one for me that's grabbing this fight by the scruff of the neck. Trying to make it his.
He's the one who's doing a bit more work. Just a bit more.
Kabayel certainly has to be careful, though. One right hand from Sanchez changes the entire complexion of this fight.
Esta pelea la tenemos que ganar a como dé lugar, hijo, ¿eh? ¿Cómo te sientes? Chingón, así te quiero, ¿no? Si lo tienes aquí a la distancia, tírale el madrazo al hombro. Si lo tienes a la distancia, tírale acá. Si lo tienes a la distancia, tírale acá. Dejas que se te arrime y te está pegando en el cuerpo, güey. Y eso te va a minar, no quiero que te esté pegando, güey. Un solo golpe no te tiene que dar, agarra ahí. Agua. ¿Ya estás bien?
Number 7 is in the building. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Second fight.
Perhaps the biggest star among stars, would you say?
Yeah, he's big.
Here we go, speaking of big, 2 big heavyweights entering the ring here for round 4. The trainer for Frank Sanchez, Eddie Reynoso, also the trainer for Canelo Alvarez.
Really good whipping right hook upstairs from Kabayel. Lovely shot.
It was a great work from Kabayel.
Joseph, this seems like a similar style or strategy you had for Deontay Wilder.
It was similar to chasing him down and looking for your shots, but Kabayel was keeping very busy.
Is that why did you push the issue on Deontay?
I thought he was going to come out and push me back.
Really? So you pushed him back. Mike, are you surprised that Kabayel has been this aggressive?
No, not because, as Joseph said earlier on, this is clearly how he feels Sanchez will start to tire. Against Makhmudov, he almost allowed Makhmudov to tire himself. But there is just a feeling here that Sanchez on the ropes is waiting to time a big shot.
Meanwhile, he's eating some big shots from the native of Germany, but of Kurdish descent, Agit Kabayel. Second straight fight here in Saudi Arabia. Looks sensational in December with his win over the big lion, Makhmudov.
Yeah, and so far looking good defensively. You know, it is a solid, tight guard. A little bit of head movement here and there. Now and again, he'll take his feet out of range, but those gloves high on the temple are just protecting him from the shots coming the way of Sanchez.
Not a good look on the face right now for Sanchez either. Looks angry, doesn't he? Like, why is this happening to me? Good low shot right on the belt line from Kabayel.
Body work, very good body work.
Yeah. Sanchez starting to shrink a little bit.
Body shots do take it out of you.
Just touching the body. There's the jab. Sanchez just can't get away from him. Kabayel not letting him breathe.
He looks uncomfortable, he really does. Sanchez cannot wait too much for the one big shot. Remember the great Barry Jones saying last time out we was here, the arrogance of a puncher. You can't just expect it to come. You know, you've got to look for the opening, set traps to find the shot. Again, good right hand. This is good pressure. Starting to land the shots a bit more frequently now, Kabayel.
¿Cómo te sientes? Si no sigues, si no tiras golpes, te voy a parar la pelea, güey, ¿eh? ¿Quieres que te pare la pelea? Entonces agarra aire, cabrón. Nada madre, ¿cómo vas a perder con él, Frank? Agarra aire. Und nicht zu viel Hände und Kopf. Krieg Wasser. Okay? Wie ist Kondition? Merkst du seine, wie er atmet schon? Merkst du, ne?
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 5.
Todd really trying to wake up Frank Sanchez in that red corner. A lot of noise, very vocal. On the flip side, in Kabayel's corner, very relaxed, very calm. The body language completely different from the German.
But can Kabayel keep this pace up? He doesn't seem that fatigued, to be honest with you. And I'm noticing, Joseph, I don't know if you are either, the bandaged knee, it just seems like Sanchez keeps lifting it off the canvas, trying to shake out the cobwebs. Are you seeing that?
I'm not sure if that's an injury that he must have sustained in camp, but he doesn't look too comfortable with it.
And he moved very awkwardly right at the end of the previous round.
Big uppercut there from Kabayel. And Sanchez now trying to be on the front foot. He's got to do something different, doesn't he, Joseph?
It has to be. Has to do something different. Kabayel was just applying that pressure, pushing forward, just throwing shots after shots.
Yeah, again, he's doing what you're talking about with that leg. It looks very unsteady.
And if you don't have your legs, no foundation. It's hard to throw the power. Joseph, where does your power come from? Is it your legs?
Legs. You have to have strong legs. Listen, you can have all the boxing ability, but if you can't move, you can't land the shots you want to land.
And how demoralising, Joseph. Sanchez, even when he does land a solid shot, Kabayel just fires
shakes
straight
it off
back.
and comes straight back.
Caught him again.
And like I said, it is a very typical German style, the way Kabayel fights. High guard, walks forward, and it can be demoralising. Like you say, when the shots are just bouncing off the gloves, having no effect whatsoever.
Sanchez facing the second undefeated opponent of his career, Agit Kabayel, he faced back in 2021. It was 15-0 at the time. Sanchez got a 10-round decision win in that one.
Because he's getting backed up so far, Sanchez, you know, the shot that the Cubans are so famous for is the lead hand, the jab, and he's just not able to establish the jab whatsoever because of this pressure, constant pressure from Kabayel. So that's taking something away from Sanchez, you know, one of his most valuable weapons, the jab.
So surprised to see Sanchez walking backwards the whole time. I hope that for training he was running backwards on a treadmill to prepare for what he's doing here.
Meanwhile, Kabayel keeps pushing forward.
It's just more of the same from this big German.
Far too easy for Kabayel right now.
Earlier we saw Alexander Usyk making his way into the building. Here is the Gypsy King singing a song and looking very dapper indeed.
He loves to turn out in style, doesn't he? Not only with performance, but his clothes looking in great shape. He really is. What a fight we have for tonight's main event. Does not get any bigger. And the atmosphere, you can hear the noise in there, starting to grow, sounding brilliant.
And I mentioned this earlier, this is our fourth trip here to Riyadh. And let's be honest, some of the other atmospheres have been a little dead, a little non-existent. This is already buzzing.
Completely different. The energy in this room, the sound, the noise, it's all led to this moment. The biggest fight in a long, long time.
Follow us up, boys, follow us up. No more sounds when I see.
All right, back to action here, round 6. Mike, how are things looking right now in your eyes?
As Darren and Joseph have been saying, this is Kabayel all the way so far, and we're just asking the question, is there anything that Sanchez can do now to turn the tide?
You just see with ease there, the way Kabayel was just able to take the feet out as Sanchez tried to throw 2 shots to the body, just a little step out of range, and maybe again it's because of that right knee that's injured, he wasn't able to step forward with the shots, but again, he has to try something here, he has to try and get him in some sort of rhythm, but Kabayel on the flip side, looking very comfortable, composed, dangerous, and full of energy, you must say.
Joseph, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just doesn't seem like Sanchez has a plan B. It's like, this is all I'm going to do.
Just moving around, you know, moving around. Every time he sets to throw a punch, Kabayel's right there again, closing the gap.
And you wonder, considering the shape that knee looks to be in, even if Sanchez does land one of those patented right hands, how much mustard will be behind it?
Yeah, you need to turn off that back foot, really fully rotate with the hip. And that obviously requires the knee.
I'm sure there's people at home watching right now, Darren, saying, why isn't Sanchez pushing him back? Why isn't it that simple?
I just think that the natural way that Kabayel likes to fight, this is his bread and butter. This is how he likes to approach a fight. So it's very difficult for them to try and take that away from your opponent when it's their way of fighting. When naturally he's a good counterpuncher, Sanchez, but he's completely, I was about to say he's lost his way. He's not found his way yet.
Sanchez just looks so uncomfortable.
I don't think he's ever been under this much pressure.
Oh, good right by Kabayel. And already Sanchez has been tested more than he's ever been tested before.
Yeah, every time he goes back to the corner, Kabayel, it will be the same message from me every time. Stay switched on. You're doing well, you're doing everything correct, the hands are high, but just do not switch off, because we've seen against Far, we've seen in the past how quickly he can turn your lights off, Sanchez.
Body work.
He's really struggling, really struggling, Sanchez.
Body work continues for Kabayel. And he just hasn't slowed down. The motor on this guy's incredible.
Wow.
Well, Joseph Parker, two men you know very well, Deontay Wilder and Zheli Zhang will headline the 5-on-5 June the 1st. You can buy it next week on DAZN.com. Who do you give the edge to?
Both guys have the ability to knock each other out. You know, and Zhang, I give Zhang sort of favors in the beginning, but as the fight progresses, I think Wilder, you know, can put him in the place where he wants to land his big shots.
I call that sitting on the fence, Todd.
You know what, I'll say Wilder.
Wilder, yeah.
All right.
I will say Wilder.
What do you think, Mike, as we look at Ronaldo and AJ?
Yeah, I like the sharpness of Wilder.
What do you think they're talking about, Darren? Who's got more money?
Yeah, essentially.
I think Ronaldo wins that one.
Second fight, round 7.
Round 7. And it's just been rewind and press play. Every round looks identical.
Yeah, he's constant pressure. He's not quite a speed train coming towards you. He's like a freight train. It's just constant. You know, it's like 100 miles per hour, but he's on you. He's busy.
And with this style and this motor, Kabayel looks to be a headache for anybody in the heavyweight division. Joseph, how would you approach a fight against Kabayel? What would your strategy be?
Fire with fire. He pushes me back, I'll push him back.
It's the Kiwi way,
easy
right?
said than done. Easy said and done, but that'll be the way.
Well, you might get your chance. Who knows?
Who knows?
It'll be a fun fight for sure, but hey, still a long way to go. Can't count Frank Sanchez out yet, but it's becoming more and more desperate.
Yeah, he's leaning on the ropes a lot, Sanchez. He needs to bring his feet in now. Look, you see there, either pierce that lead hand down the throat of Sanchez and follow the right hand down, or step in with a double jab.
And all of a sudden, Kabayel can see that right hand coming from a mile away. We were talking about how, whoa, that right buckled the knees again. We're talking about how fast Sanchez's hands were. That's why they call him the Flash, but he's slowed way down. Oh, down it goes!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Frank Sanchez on the verge of his first ever professional defeat as Agit Kabayel goes in for the kill with a minute to go in the 7th.
I think the corner needs to look at this. The Sanchez corner. There's absolutely nothing coming back. He's struggling with the knee, struggling with the pace of this fight. I don't think he's got anything to offer right now. Kabayel really on top.
And he's put him down again. Agit Kabayel, are we witnessing the birth of a future star here in the heavyweight division? He's not going to get up.
That is it.
That is it.
Agit Kabayel has just stopped Frank Sanchez.
What a statement. What a victory that is.
Wow.
For Agit Kabayel. That is massive. When you talk about what lies for the winner here, what potential there is for the guy to go on and push on and fulfill a dream of becoming a world champion. He didn't just win, he looked very good in doing so.
That body work was sensational.
It was like a stabbing jab, right, to the body. Finish the show.
You want a piece of this guy, Joseph? Go on the record right now. You want a piece of him?
I will fight anyone. Whoever is keen, I will fight anyone.
I would love to see that, especially after you're saying you're going to mix fire with fire.
Yeah,
sign me up now. Give me that. I want that fight.
Joseph Parker came here, revitalised his career. This man came here twice in a row. You said two statements from Kabayel. Turned his career around by coming here to Riyadh and given the chance, capitalised on it.
And the thing is, Darren, it wasn't even close.
It wasn't close. And I said about the body language before that Mahmoudov fight, it was very similar in the build-up to this fight. Just an aura of confidence, and you can imagine where the confidence is going to be on the next fight if it is Joe Parker after 2 victories like that. And on the flip side, the form that you go into that fight with, I mean, it makes sense for me. That really does. What a fight and what a performance. Joe, talk to me about this.
What a great performance. You know, all these body shots that he was throwing in the beginning, all of them, and constantly, every round, just chasing him down, throwing body work, you know, going to the top at times, but mostly the body.
What I loved about it, it wasn't reckless work. It was economical. He didn't waste much at all. And he just constantly was in front of Sanchez like a rat, didn't let him breathe. And you can see the damage it done. The body shot so hurt, you can see the anguish, the pain on the face of Sanchez. And the one at the end, it was like a stabbing jab to the body, right in the solar plexus. Fantastic shot.
What a performance on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
And not to give Frank Sanchez any excuses whatsoever, but it was obvious the knee was a big concern for him.
Yeah, definitely. Like you spotted it, the shaking of that leg, constantly trying to get some life into the leg, couldn't really move, couldn't set any attacks because of the damage, and that back to the victor there, Kabayel. I mean, you can see what it means to the German there.
I love it. I love it.
Big win, Todd.
It's the glamour division of boxing, the heavyweight division, and it keeps getting brighter and brighter every time we come to Saudi Arabia.
It does. I mean, they don't disappoint. You guys, you're a credit to this sport, this division. Been a joy to watch.
Well, we've been talking about it all fight. Let's throw up a graphic and show you. It's coming soon. Filip Hrgović, Daniel Dubois with the winner, possibly and probably facing Anthony Joshua. It happens Saturday, June the 1st, right here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Joseph, who do you give the edge to in that fight?
I think that's a 50-50 fight as well. You know, Hrgovic's best win was Zhang, and Dubois has coming off a great win over Big Baby Miller, so I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, brilliant fight. Really, really is.
Yeah, when the interview starts, then you...
So Barry Jones has one of the fighters there in the middle of the ring, and now he... Sorry, guys. Joseph, am I wrong? You step out of the chair, and all of a sudden Barry...
Oh, he stood up. Barry stood up.
And he's in the ring.
Those two men have never been in the ring at the same time. All right, let's make it official. Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 7. Our referee, Victor Laughlin, reaches the count of 10. Therefore, your winner by way of knockout, still undefeated, and new WBC Continental Americas and NABO Heavyweight Champion, Agit Kabayel.